time we're seeing it across both the private and the public sector.
New tonight, Governor Tim Walz's order that state workers return to the office is infuriating the unions that represent those employees.
They say they're appalled and disgusted over his decision to force workers to come back to the office for half their work week. We have live team coverage on this tonight. Soyoung Kim is looking at the potential impact on St. Paul businesses. But we begin with Fox 9's Mike Manzoni, who's live at the state capitol tonight. And Mike, it's fair to say the unions, as we now know, are not happy about this.
Yeah, Randy and Kelsey, one union president called it, and I'm quoting here, a unilateral move by a bad boss. That bad boss they're referring to, of course, is Governor Tim Walz. Now, the governor's order requires all employees to return to the office at least 50% of the time. That order takes effect on June 1st. There is an exemption, though, for anyone who works more than 75 miles away from their office. The governor says more than 60% of state workers are already back in person full-time. Here's how he defended his decision earlier today.
We lose most of our people in the first 6 months, and I'm pretty convinced it's because they don't get into the culture. They don't get the mentorship you would normally get in a work environment.
And the two unions that represent nearly 40,000 state workers impacted by this put out statements within the last 24 hours or so, slamming the governor. They say they were basically blindsided by this, and at least one union says they are willing, if necessary, to take this to court.
We are mostly upset because there was no attempt by the governor or his agencies to engage with us at all. But there are not dedicated cubicles or offices anymore like there used to be pre-pandemic. So I don't know how they're going to do it.
And another union president chimed in, writing in part, quote, the administration's decision to impose sweeping workplace policy changes without engaging our union and labor partners first is not just unacceptable, it's an act of blatant disrespect. And one other quick note here, the state auditor's office is not impacted by this. That's because that office is separate from the ones under control by the governor. We're live in St. Paul tonight. Mike Manzoni, Fox 9.
State employees returning to the office is welcome news for businesses in the capital city.
They hope this will boost daytime foot traffic into their stores again. Fox 9's Soyoung Kim joins us in St. Paul tonight. And Soyoung, you spoke with many businesses and organizations downtown, and they've really been through a lot.
Yeah, they have, and they tell me it's been tough these past few years for businesses that rely on lunch service for workers in the area. They say June 1st can't come soon enough.
From their famous spaghetti and meatballs to pizza. Yarusso Brothers on Payne Avenue in St. Paul is a family-owned restaurant that's been serving authentic Italian food to the community for nearly a century.
We've been here since 1933.
But what's been missing for the past several years since the pandemic are lunchtime customers during the work week.
You know, it's a challenge getting activity during the daytime because a lot of people are still working at home.
So stores and businesses in the capital city say the announcement that most Minnesota state employees will be back in the office more frequently is great news.
I can't wait just to grab a couple customers, you know, during the daytime.
Governor Tim Walz says he hopes this helps support economic vitality in the area.
I think you'll see more of that energy back downtown.
Joe Spencer, president of the St. Paul Downtown Alliance, says the additional foot traffic is exactly what the area needs.
We've got thousands of people who are going to be coming to buy lunch, buy coffee, have breakfast.
The team at Yarusso's says they'll be ready to welcome back the 9 to 5 crowd.
The sauce is hot and the meatballs are fresh, and we're ready to rock and roll.
And Mayor Melvin Carter's office says his team supports an office-first approach and hopes this strategy will help revitalize the city. Live in St. Paul, Soyoung Kim, Fox 9.